So this example 3, graph the following equation of circles. So they give us the equation, the quantity x plus 4 squared plus y minus 3 squared equals 4. So we know, they're giving us the information about the center here and the radius squared, actually, so we can figure out the radius. Once we have the center and the radius, it's pretty easy to graph a circle. So here's how I want to teach you this. I thought of a new way to teach this here. So we're looking for this HK number for the center here, so we can graph the center point. So we know H is in this parentheses, but here's what you need to do. You see how we got X, and then this says plus, and this says minus. What we want to do is take this minus H. Negative H equals this number right here, which is a positive 4. And then we solve this for H. Okay, all you're doing is, since it's negative there, that's like a negative 1. We're going to divide by negative 1. We'll take the opposite. This gives us positive H over here. And then 4 divided by negative 1 is negative 4. H is actually negative 4. We haven't seen where we put in minus and negatives. But if you had x minus negative 4, it really means plus 4. Alright, so again, you start off with this part of it, equal to what's inside here. This is a negative H. What does it equal? It says a positive 4 right now. Divide by negative 1, and you get the real H number, which is negative 4. So I know the x-coordinate of this center point is negative 4. We do the same thing for this K number and finding the y-coordinate. So we look in here. This is negative K. What does it equal? It equals this number with this sign right here, which is negative 3. Now we divide by negative 1, and we get K equals negative 3 divided by negative 1 is positive 3. Now, I used to teach it, it's opposite of what it looks like. It looks like it's a positive 4, it's really negative 4. But this is actually how you solve it, setting it up this way. If you could remember the opposite thing, that's fine. Otherwise, set it up like this. What's inside the regular formula is negative H. What does it equal? This number, which is positive 4, and solve for H. Same with K. So now I know my center is this point negative 4, 3. I can graph it. So this is the x-coordinate. I start with a point over here. Start in the middle, and then I go 4 spaces to the left. Negative 1, 2, 3, negative 4. And then positive 3 means up 3. 1, 2, 3. Now all I need is the radius. Let's see. So I know, here's this part. The radius squared equals 4. Right from this equation, the general form. So I write that down, and I go ahead and solve it for the radius. So to get rid of the square, we square root. So we get r equals the square root of 4, which is 2. So the radius is 2. So it's really easy to graph now. I go 2 spaces to the right of the center point. 1, 2, put a point there. I go 2 spaces to the left of this center point. So there's my center, 1, 2. Then I go 2 spaces up and put a point, 1, 2. And then I go 2 spaces down from the center point, 1, 2. And then you try and draw your best circle through that. Let's see if I can cheat with this one. Whoops, that's a square. Something like that. Okay? So again, we use the general form and look at it, find these H and K numbers for the center. Remember, started off with negative H equals that number in there. Divide by negative 1. Same with K. We're given the radius squared here, so we take the square root to find the actual radius. And then you just graph your center point and march off left and right and up and down that many spaces for the radius. Draw your circle. So do the quick check, and when you're done with the quick check, come show it to me. We're not going to enter those into the computer. That would be a pain. And I don't feel like making the multiple choice. So just let me know when you're done. I'll take a peek at it.